welcome to day 4 of the November challenge. I will do it. In today's challenge, what I have for you is a very high volume glute and hamstring workout. We're going to be using no other muscle in our body excepting for our glutes and hamstrings. And I know you may be exhausted from yesterday's workout, but believe me when I say this, the weightlifting pattern that I have for this specific workout is so meditative. So the way it's going to work, it's very, very simple. I didn't want to put any complications because yesterday was pretty hectic. So the way I have it here for you today is I have 3 different supersets, and a superset is basically when you perform an exercise back to back. So I have timed them exactly like that. All you will need for this workout is basically a pair of dumbbells, an elevation for your toes. Now it could be a book, but I know some of us are not comfortable using books, so we would be using either a bench, the front of your bench, or you can also use a yoga block for your support, or also fold up a towel and you can use it for elevating your toes. This helps with greater hamstring and glute activation when your toes are elevated. We also have a finisher for this particular workout, for which you will need a booty band. Now you can use either a rubber booty band, the thin ones, or the cotton one. If you don't have either, it's completely fine. The way I have designed this workout is, you can actually get the same impact by not using a booty band as well. Now the most important thing is that we'll be repeating each superset 4 times before moving on to the next superset. So essentially you may feel like you're doing the same exercise again and again, but believe me, that is the key to hypertrophy, which is muscle growth. We are not looking here to spot reduce fat because that's a myth. We are looking to spot build muscle, right? Spot building of muscle, that is targeted muscle growth, is very much possible, and we're going to achieve just that today. Now, before I continue with the workout, we need to talk a little bit about the mindset tip. Today's mindset tip is about consuming positive sources of information, essentially keeping a track of what kind of information you're consuming. Now, I know, you cannot control everything that's happening in the world and everything that's going on in your mind, but a lot of us are riddled with anxiety and confusion because of these uncertain times right now with COVID and with health and with so many people affected by this nasty disease. But I basically want to tell you is that the information that you consume is the way your mind will feel at all times. If you want to feel positive, if you want to feel optimistic, if you want to feel hopeful about your fitness or about your life in general, you need to look in that direction, right? Social media is an amazing tool to expose you to the kind of information that you want. And if you're looking for positive, uplifting content, if you're constantly reading people, striving, pushing, working hard on themselves, improving themselves, you will greatly start feeling that way. You will be influenced by such people. On my Instagram stories, I try to do just that. I try to enforce positivity, push for optimism, push for having the hope and the courage to do the right thing. And that is one thing that I feel very, very strongly about, is what you think and what you speak is exactly how you will feel. So remember to go and check all your sources of information. Where are you getting what from? Who are the people telling you what? And how do you feel after you listen to all of them? Now there will be a nutrition tip, but you got to finish the workout for that. So I'll give you a nutrition tip at the end of this workout. Without talking too much, I know I spoke a lot. Let's get into the workout, guys. Are you ready to burn up your glutes and your hamstrings? Let's do it. Exercise, which is your toe elevated reverse deadlifts. It is basically a reverse deadlift where your feet are about 6 inches apart, right? And make sure that your knees are in line. We are going to be using weight plates for me to elevate my toes, but you can, as I mentioned, use a book, any household item, a yoga mat, thick folded towel as well. And what you want to do is, the moment you put up your feet on your toes, grab your dumbbells and hinge at your hips. Take a deep breath in. And you'll feel a deep stretch right here in your hamstrings. Now, the incorrect form would be where you're bending your back. We're looking for a straight back with your hips right out, and let your dumbbells graze your skin of your feet. That's it. You don't need to go very deep. Make sure that your back is upright as well. Nothing in your upper body is allowed to move. Let's get it, guys. Next up, we have left elevated reverse lunge. So I'm going to put my foot, particularly my heel, on the weight plate. And you want to make sure that you're stable, the weight plate doesn't move, or your elevation doesn't really move. You don't want it sliding in front of you. Like, I notice that this is sliding a bit. So I'm going to use my dumbbell to support it. Better, much better. Yep, yeah. And then I'm going to be using my weight on the other side. You have to be really careful, and if you're nervous, it's totally okay to not use weight plates or any sort of toe elevation. It's totally fine. So I'm going to just stabilize that. Go deep. The focus is on your left glute and hamstring. Try to crank out as many reps as you can in a slow, controlled manner. Again, your upper body is tight like a rock. Keep going, guys. The reason we have 4 supersets is so that you learn this movement pattern and you get stronger, and you have so much volume, which is number of reps, that are hitting the same muscles, that you've got no choice but to grow. You can always use your hand as a support for the wall. Also keep it on your leg like that for extra stability. Wow, I'm on fire. So next up is the right foot elevated reverse lunge. And even for this particular exercise, I'm going to be using my dumbbell to hold my weight plate in place. And this time, my right leg is elevated. If you're uncomfortable with the weight as well, you can always go ahead and do a body weight reverse lunge. Remember, the key with the lunge is you are stabilizing one part of your body. It's basically a unilateral motion that helps target your right glute and your right hamstring. Try to get as many reps as you can in a slow, controlled manner. Drop your weight if you find your upper body swaying in front of you. Your upper body is rock solid. I like to keep my hand on my thigh as I do this to give me that extra stability. Remember to push through your right heel for extra activation here. get it, guys. Okay, next up, we have the sumo deadlift. Now, the difference between a sumo deadlift and a sumo squat primarily is that in a sumo squat, you have your feet wider than your regular squat, and you're essentially trying to sit down as if you're sitting back on a chair, right? Your chest is up and you're trying to sit down. Whereas in a sumo deadlift, what you're doing is instead of trying to sit down all the way, you're definitely lowering you're folding at your legs, but your chest is allowed to drop forward, giving you that extra glute and hamstring flexion. So let's look at it with weights. Now, depending on your level, you can either go with 2 weights or 1 weight. I'm gonna do it with 1 weight today. So right here, I'm gonna try to show this to you from a different angle so that you can get a grasp of what's going on. Notice that my shoulders are I'm not sitting back on a chair like that. I'm drooping, but my glutes and my hamstrings are the ones that are doing all the work for me. Squeeze your glutes on the way up. Even if you put a slight bend in your upper body forward, you will notice immediate activation of your glutes and your hamstrings. Whew. It's an amazing superset, isn't it? For the next 2 exercises of this superset, we need a bench or a chair. Anything that is super stable. Remember, safety comes first. So in this exercise, what we're going to do is we are doing a single leg hip thrust. Now, how do you do a single leg hip thrust? Is your non-dominant leg is going to be in front of you. So if I put my right leg out, then this is called as my left side single leg hip thrust. So again, load up your dumbbell. Let your skin touch the back of the bench. Get ready into hip thrusting position. And up. You can either keep your legs straight, or you can also fold it a little bit at the front for extra support, whichever one works for you. I like to push the bench of the chair against the wall to avoid any slipping. You should feel this in your glutes and quads, so, glutes and hamstrings. Really, really, really deep. Keep going, guys. Come on, don't stop. You got this. We got the other side coming up next. No rest, guys. Remember, it's a superset. Now, for the right side hip thrust, same thing on the right side. So I realize that you won't feel the burn immediately as you do this exercise, and that's because the weight that I'm using is a bit light, since we are working out at home right now, and it's okay to use a lighter weight, but with lighter weight, you have the responsibility of higher reps and good reps. Wow, now I feel it. So it took me about 4 to 5 reps to feel the burn in my glutes and my hamstrings. Keep going, guys. You got this. Building strong, lean muscle for strong legs. final superset, the first exercise that we have is a double pulse squat. So we're going to hold the squat in a front rack position like this with your toes pointing slightly outward because we want to target the glutes. And then you're going to sit back really tight, really tight. I don't want anything moving in your body, and just pulse 1, 2, and up and squeeze. Now when you come all the way up as well, I don't want you to just come up like that and tilt your pelvis. I basically want you to come up, maintain the tension in your glutes, and then squeeze. Squeeze it. You don't even need to complete your whole rep. We don't want to stand straight. So you will squat down, tight, double pulse, up and squeeze. Like, you should really squeeze your glutes so tight that if someone punches you there, they will get hurt. Your glutes are that strong, girls. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. So I'm going to be using my lighter weights, 20 pounds on each side. Rack them up. Let me show you from this angle. And really tight, lower, double pulse, and squeeze. Notice that I'm not coming up all the way. I'm stopping right here. 1, 2, squeeze. 1, 2, squeeze. 1, 2, squeeze. The advantage of using the front rack dumbbell position is that you're also using your core, targeting double muscles. Try to keep your chest up.
I'm sorry for what I have put you through.
Next up in the superset, we have the dumbbell swing. Now for this exercise, I want you to take a light pair of dumbbells and you're going to hold it beside you like this. Then you're going to hinge at your hips. Use all the power within your glutes and swing. So notice that the rest of my body is absolutely static. My feet are glued to the floor. My core is tight. My arms and upper body are tight, just holding the dumbbell, and I am hinging at my hips. The moment you hinge at your hips, you're basically building up potential energy there, which you're moving into motion now. So feel the squeeze in your glutes as you go back and forth. Just like a kettlebell swing. But I know a lot of us won't have kettlebells at home. Now, if you feel an arch in your lower back when you're doing this exercise, it's okay to not do it. I would instead recommend just doing pulsing squats like this. It's completely fine. We don't want to get hurt. Remember, safety is important. So if you're a beginner, watch your mirror in the form while you're doing some of these exercises to get the right feel. Next up, we have the hamstring curls on the floor with a washcloth. Now, using a washcloth emulates instability, which means if you try to slide on it, you're going to slide. And when you're sliding, there are other muscles in your body which will start activating to keep you under control. So let's get started with this. Now, you can lie on the floor or a yoga mat, totally up to you. And then I want you to keep both your feet on this washcloth. Your feet should be about 6 inches apart. Just like that. And as you go up, slide out. Feel the tension in your hamstrings and slide back in. So you will hold a good glute bridge as you slide out and then slide back in. You should feel the tension in your hamstrings as you're sliding back in, and that's going to emulate a hamstring curl using the hamstring curl machine. The resistance in this situation is your body. Whew. Feel it. Come on guys, you've got this.
You're my best friend.
If it's a bit challenging for you, or if you're too tired, you can also put one leg for support. Just slide in and out with the other leg. And you can also use that leg to be a bit out, so you get more of the burn here. Keep correcting your posture so that your glutes are always elevated, because your body will want you to lie down. You can also use a floor for support, because I know your hamstrings must be tired. This is the last exercise. Come on. Wow.
Just beautiful creatures singing loudly on the floor. We could dance forever until they kick us out the door. All I hear is blah, 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 followed by the blah, 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 blah. I don't wanna talk, 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 talk. Oh my God, oh my God.
know about taking out a queen like me. But I am on vacation. Silhouette of the location. Now we have vacation. Suddenly you're around.
This, I don't know how to act, don't know how to adapt to this situation. Not used to this, no I'm not, but better let myself give in to love, believe in us, no matter what it does to my heart. Not used to this, no I'm not. It was like if we were to waste these moments, they're like poets to me. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. You're new to me. I don't know who you are, be like a piece of art. I want more, but better slow it down. Inside my mind is getting all too loud, I get scared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not prepared. It was like if we were to waste these moments, they're like poets to me. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. You're 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 getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. I see you standing there, a soothing atmosphere. Smell of your aftershave, sweet blossom in the rain. You flip around your hair as if you're unaware, but you should know that I'm looking at you. You make me feel like I'm made of colors, just you and me, ignore the others. Do you believe in one-time lovers? 'Cause I do. I do believe in lovers like
beginning of this video, for the finisher circuit, we're basically going to be using a booty band around your, little bit above your knees. You can either use this one or the thin rubber elastic one. It's totally up to you. If you don't have one, it's even better. You don't need to use one. Just maintain your form. Just be crisp about your form. We have 4 exercises which we're going to be doing non-stop, and then we're going to be resting, and then we're going to be back into it. We're going to repeat that 4 times and then call it. That's it. Your glutes and hamstrings, they're going to be on fire with this one, guys. Let's do it. The first one that we have is the squat hold with abduction. So wear your booty band right here. So the first exercise that we have is your squat to hold abduction. And in that, we're going to basically squat down, and then you're going to push your knees out and in, right? So squat, 1, 2. Stay in the position.
Remember I was laughing in all the photos that you took, but now it looks like acting, like we were fiction in a book. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go.
Next up, we have the side to squat walks. So get into a squat position. You don't need to sit all the way down. Just make sure that your glutes and hamstrings are tight.
And trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm wrong. I got it, I gotta go, running to better times. Go, from my emotions I'll go, running to better times, to better times, to better times.
Next up, we have squat pulses. So we're going to squat, then we're going to pulse. So keep pulsing until you can't absolutely, and then come up for a quick squeeze, back down. Remember that your chest should be always up. Finally, we have squat jumps. It's your final exercise. Now for this one, you don't have to jump really high, just a quick jump and squat down.
Said that you'd be waiting, and now it's been too long. I wish that we could turn back time, back to all of those nights when I knew you were mine. I miss when we were teenage girls in our tomboy t-shirts, when life was good in the worn-out sneakers, when we were fine about the complications. Those were the days in our tomboy t-shirts. I never said I was ready, but ready for what comes ahead. You said that you were with me. I wonder how we did forget. Some days were forever, and now it's been too long, been too long. I wish that we could turn back time, back to all of those nights when I knew you were mine. I miss when we were teens. we were teenage girls in our tomboy t-shirts, when life was good in our worn out sneakers, when we were fine about the complications. Those were the days in our tomboy t-shirts. Tomboy t-shirts. Watch out, I'm coming for you, and it will feel like it's a dream coming true. Don't mind, I already knew. You dropped that gorgeous, but you don't have a clue. Your smile could tear me apart. I dwell with this stranger aching heart. Just hold on, you'll soon be mine.
I'm not surprising. Need no apologies, 'cause I just don't really care what you think, what you think, what you think. Shame on me thinking it was just a phase. Got me like ooh, got me like ooh. Ain't no fun recognizing your mistakes. Got me like ooh, feeling so ooh. Now I brought my worst behavior, throwing a party in my head. Yeah, prayers from my saviors. Just let it rain all over me, over me, over me, over me, over me. Now I brought my worst behavior, throwing a party in my head. Yeah, prayers from all my saviors. Just let it rain all over me, 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 over me. Wow, wow. I could lie wide awake and leave my head up in space. Countless nights and days when you are far away, and I know that it's hard, but stay with me tonight. 'Cause when you fall apart, you know I will be around in sunlight or in the night. I'll make it worth your while. We won't hide in the crowd. Just stay with me and make it worth your while. Wow,
that workout. And remember that your glutes and your hamstrings will be sore today, so it's completely fine. You're gonna have trouble sitting up, sitting down, and you're gonna hate me for it. But I want you to remember that your glutes are very important for posture correction, especially if you are bent in any what way, or you're feeling your legs are weak, your knees are hurting when you're squatting. Your glutes are very, very important to build lower body strength. They are your fundamental muscle. I just want to give you a quick reminder what this challenge is all about. This challenge is all about consistency. It's about showing up for yourself. It's about doing the right thing for your body and your mind, and basically setting a baseline for a healthy lifestyle ahead. You're not trying to achieve with this challenge any sort of short-term goal as, I want to see my arms to be leaner, or I want my stomach to be leaner. No, this challenge is not for that. And if you have any sort of thoughts in your mind, I'd highly recommend that you reconsider them, because this challenge is all about self-discovery of fitness, pushing your limits, working really hard. So to give you a quick example, while I was shooting this video, I realized that my right glute is weaker than my left glute while doing the hamstring or while doing the hip thrusts. And that basically helped me see that, my body is not uniformly strong and I need to work harder, I need to be stronger, right? So this is called as self-discovery. Now moving on to today's nutrition tip. Now today's nutrition tip is something that's very close to my heart because I greatly battled it at the beginning of my journey, and that would be sugar cravings. Now oftentimes you will crave sugar, and that's very natural, especially if you have a sweet tooth like me. One of the most important things that I did to battle my sugar cravings is eating fruits. Now eating fruits are so good. They're so good for your body, they're so good for your skin, they're full of antioxidants and fiber, and they do not spike your blood sugar like regular processed sugar would. Now why is that the case? It's because most fruits contain a lower glycemic index. This does not allow your blood sugar to spike, and hence it will not propagate further sugar cravings. So my go-to fruits are pineapple, watermelon. My watermelon is one of my favorite fruits because just having 2 to 3 pieces of watermelon, I forget what my craving was all about. Right? So remember that no fruits are bad. You can always consume 2 servings of fruits, which is 1 tennis ball size would be 1 serving. So you can consume 2 of them in a day if you want to. You can even do more depending on your fitness goals and depending on you, right? And remember that this is a journey. So on day 1, you may crave a lot more than on day 10. And as you get deeper into this process of learning and growing and getting fitter, you realize that it's much easier for you to battle some of these challenges. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. I hope you really enjoyed this workout. And if you did, please leave me a comment down below so that everybody can know how amazing you did. And don't forget to send me that sweaty selfie with the hashtag #IWillDoItTanvi. Remember that fitness is forever. Just want to leave that out there. And I'll see you in the next one.